Well, Milton here at Rocky Mountain Shooter Supply, we handle everything gun related. We're not necessarily a clothing store, we're not a camping store, but we're all about guns and the gear that goes on them. So you'll find a wide selection of firearms, from shotguns to pistols to rifles, leather goods, holsters to put on your gun, different sights. We have a huge optics department, carry all kinds of high-end optics down to the less expensive, just hunting optics. And then we have an indoor range here as well, so you can shoot your products here. The clothes that we do focus on would be clothing for concealed carry purposes. No hunting clothing, no camping clothing. But we carry the 511 brand, which is the top seller. I think a lot of your law enforcement folks will know that brand. And certainly they're developing into the concealed carry world, which is a big part of the industry right now. This section of the store is kind of dedicated to what you might call the black guns. Now it's being called our modern sporting rifles. We stay away from the assault weaponry. That's a misnomer out in the industry, of course. So you're looking at AR platforms here. You're looking at long-range guns like a M1A. Even in the AR platform now, you can get into a 300 Win Mag. And this gun then is doable for all those elk hunts that you guys are doing. Would even be usable on moose here in Colorado. And so we're seeing this platform put out into a lot of hunting applications. And the Nemo Omen, which is what this is just being real popular right now in the hunting world. In this section as well, then, you can build an AR. And a lot of guys really get into that. You can buy a lower. We'll have several lowers, some from manufacturers here in Colorado, some from outside of Colorado. But you buy your stripped down lower here in the shop, and then you piece it together with the parts that you would like. Put the stock on that you want, put the trigger in that you want. So it's a neat thing about the AR product is that it is buildable by the normal Joe on the street. For the big game rifles, if you can pan over this way, we've got a full selection of big game rifles. Everything from the 375 H&H, you know, the big game Africa type gun if you're headed over there to hunt plains game, down into the 243 and the 223 for the varmint hunters. A gun that we sell day in, day out every day be a standard Glock, semi-automatic 9mm 40-45. Good run-of-the-mill working gun that won't let you down. Good defensive gun. Also a good gun for the plinker. Come on around the corner, Milton, and you'll see we carry a pretty wide variety of 1911 guns. 1911 style guns, of course, were designed in 1911 and they're still here today. One of the most iconic pieces in the world that way as far as a gun goes. Carry a full line, Dan Wesson, Springfields, CZs, Sig Sauer. We just cover them in depth here. That's a gun we all like a lot. And then of course probably the biggest category of handguns right now would be our concealed carry guns. Anything that's small, anything I can put under my shirt like I am today that you don't notice. So you're carrying Kembers in the small frame size, Sig 938s. Ruger has several varieties of small guns. We get into little Smith & Wesson bodyguards, things like this that are good to put in your purse, good to put in your pants pocket, easy to carry. Wide variety of those products as well.
We have about 100 different rental guns. We have everything from revolvers to semi-autos all the way over to 1911s, even high-end stuff.
Really? And what calibers can I come in here and shoot?
Everything from a 22 all the way up to...
You got them laid out.
I do. So here we have a 22 caliber, and then 9mm. We have 38 Special, 357, 40 Smith & Wesson, 45 Auto, and 500 Smith & Wesson. So we first will put a lot of the common guns in our hands and see what feels better, and then we can start narrowing down from there. If it feels, you know, too big, too small, too rigid, anything like that, then we can start narrowing it down or even add a couple other options to it. We'll go over all the safety procedures, we'll go over how to operate the firearms, and then get them back into the range and they can try out the guns. We do concealed carry classes here at least once a month. We have a few different instructors that offer classes here.
Right. How long does it take?
It's an 8-hour class in Colorado, and it's all going to be in NRA basic handgun curriculum. So that'll teach you when to carry, how to operate your firearms safely, and when you can and cannot use your firearms.
Milton, we also carry a line of revolvers here that are single action, more of your Western style revolver. Everything in Ubertis, Cimarrons, a few of the Colt single action armies. Uberti does a nice rendition, and these are offered in multiple calibers, everywhere from 22 long rifle all the way up to 45 Colt. They are a copy of an 1873 Colt, a replica, so to speak, keeps the price down. Moving over here, we got a selection of new and used lever actions here. Everything in Henry's, Uberti's, again, copies. This is a copy of a Winchester 1873 by Uberti. You know, it's a fine replica of a firearm without the big price of the authentic Winchester. You know, nice wood, case hardened finish, octagon barrels, and these are available in everything from 38 special up to 45 long Colt also.
We have a wide selection of optics at Rocky Mountain Shooter Supply, we really do. We want to provide you with the products that go on your guns. That's really where we focus. So if you remember when we were talking the AR platform guns, self-defense type guns, this is a Trigicon sight. We have a good variety of that type of sights. In addition, we carry a full line of what would typically be hunting optics. Leupold, we're deep into the Leupold brand. We think a lot of them American made out of Oregon. Our other big brand that we carry along those lines would be Burris. That's a local company for us, made right here in Greeley, Colorado. And we like them a lot. They're a good product as well. Some of the newer optic lines that have really blown up are more in the tactical shooting world, long-range shooting. You want to shoot 1,000 yards, that's a whole different scope than what we used to shoot our deer and elk with at 300 yards and less. So we carry Schmidt & Bender, Steiner, Night Force, carry some of the big names in the tactical long-range shooting. But we do an awful lot of used guns. Used guns make a great value for the hunter, for shooter as well. I personally am a big shotgun guy. I like shotguns and I like to have them here. I also like to have them here so that you can get to them. You can pick this gun up off the rack, you can touch it, feel it. You can mount it to see if it fits for you. Shotgun shooting is so much about fit. If the gun fits, you can shoot it well. If it doesn't, you're gonna have a tough day in the field or on the range. We carry quite a few high-end over and unders, Browning, Beretta, Caesar Guerini, which is probably our top-end line for the target shooters. And of course, all those manufacturers make hunting guns as well as their target guns. At Rocky Mountain Shooter Supply, we started out as a safe shop. We got into guns later on after that, but initially we're just a safe shop. You need to protect them. It doesn't take long. Get a hunting rifle with a high-end scope, easily wrap 1,000, 1,500 bucks up there. You get 10 of them, a lot of money invested. Need a way to protect it. Safes like this particular one from Browning can come very well decked out with cedar wood interior, all kinds of options on the door panel. That's kind of a new innovation in the last 5 or 6 years. Gun racks built into your door, easy access for your guns.
Well, something that makes us different than the box stores, Milton, is that we do have a full-service shop here at Rocky Mountain Shooter Supply. We've got our gunsmith Chuck here, and he's capable of providing anything you need on just about any firearm you can bring to us.